So just going to go through some of the top blog posts I've read this week. I scout through and look at lots of different blogs on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, and things like that. And just came across 5 interesting ones. So I'll try and do this every week, so we can get these just so it's more informative for you. Just see what I'm reading and my justification why I find it interesting. Different things will probably pop up each week that I like. Some things I don't like. So we'll go through. So one thing I liked was the 5 strategies to avoid overthinking strength and conditioning programs by Eric Creasy. I just thought it was really good, simple. It's one problem I see with a lot of sort of newer coaches and newer trainers is that they try and do all the methods at once, and they try and bulk up their programs too much, too many methods, too many special methods with people who don't deserve it or don't need it, especially. Most people you see in the gyms are going to be beginners. There's very few advanced people unless you're working at even at like Olympic level, and even then most people unfortunately aren't at a top level. So that means your programming has got to be really, really simple and got to go back to basics. So that's a good read if you're kind of having issues with clients, and in terms of you're just not getting quite results, and we find writing a program really stressful and you kind of want to bring it back to basics, then it's a really good read. And it is really just going back to basics. The simpler the better, because a lot of people just don't do the programs properly. Even one program, generally the programs that are the simplest on paper are generally the best ones, because and generally the hardest ones, because when you do them properly, you shouldn't need much more. Okay, and it's you want to have like your basics, like your squats, your deadlifts, progressions, regressions for all of them. Your chin-ups, your dips, bench press, blah, blah, blah. They lay the foundations, but then you need the little accessories, tertiary exercises, whatever you want to call it, to then back up those bigger movements or back up any movement issues that they have to clear things up a little bit. Okay, so they're like your special tools. So second one was the 4 signs you're taking too many probiotics. Why this one? Because I haven't seen much on it. You go on examine.com and they don't really recommend like how many probiotics you should take a day. I remember talking to again to a functional medicine guy, Pete Williams. I was trying to think of his name, and he was again saying, he was saying about 2 years ago, like more is not always better with probiotics, and actually it's more about the quality, but also, which makes sense, obviously, it's what I'm big about, but also about variety. And again, that's another thing that I was like, oh yeah, so like it's just trying having lots of different strains of probiotics, and like interchanging between different products and supplement products as well, not just using the same probiotic all the time. And variety is really key. So that was a good little article that kind of like, oh, that was quite interesting. Just a different read, really, something that you don't see often, and just like when to take it, how to take it. So it gives some good advice on there, which was have a little read of that, because probiotics should be a staple in everyone's supplemental program. Even if you are, most people don't eat enough of the fermented foods anyway, so it's better off just to take a probiotic. And especially if you're traveling, for me, it's a lifesaver when it comes to traveling and to not get food poisoning. Is take probiotic. Whenever I go, especially out of Europe, and go to like the Far East or Southeast Asia or wherever I go, always take probiotics with me and digestive enzymes, and I always take HCl. But I've never had food poisoning while I've been away. Or if I've had slight mild, like when I was recently just in Laos, I had mild, but then I started feeling a little bit like, ooh, okay, maybe that wasn't quite good. And then I took probiotics, next day it was fine. And that also was my missus as well, Charlie she got food poisoning, but it was literally lasted for one night and then it was gone the next day. So probiotics are a really, really important supplement. Third one is on kettlebells. Why? Because most people I see on the internet, and people I see today, and people I talk to, like potential clients who think they know how to swing kettlebells, can't swing kettlebells. I like Strong First. It's been set up by Pavel Stasurin, who kind of popularized the kettlebell, especially in America. And they've got just two good cues to kind of think about when you're doing your kettlebell swing, but it's also more a resource to go and look at the Strong First website, the certifications that they do, and just to understand the kettlebell swing a little bit more and when to do it. So as well as reading that article, have a little look around the rest of their website. And the fourth one is Ross training. Still never Gymless. I saw it. I was flicking through. I follow him on Instagram and stuff. And wow, like it was like, right, it doesn't matter what. It's just more of inspirational sort of like post. Like it is just really a video, but you watch it. It's about under 10 minutes, and he's just cool. Like he just does stuff in the woods, in the snow, in the sun, in the rain. It doesn't matter. He's out training every single day, no excuses. And he does like one-arm rollouts on a decline board, and like he does some pretty cool stuff. His background's boxing, so I definitely check him out and follow him. But the video was a cool one, just to like, right, okay, it's kind of just definitely a motivational one. And if you're kind of been lacking that motivation to get in the gym again, I would watch it. I just think it's awesome. Then the fifth and final one would be Dr. John Russin. He's a physical therapist, or PT, whatever they call it in America. He's not my favourite person most of the time. I don't like most of his stuff, to be honest. But I just think it's a little bit wishy-washy, a bit too much towards the physio. So not having, physios do what they do, but it's a bit too much like low intensity and not enough like of the higher end stuff. But this post I found quite interesting, only really because there's just a lot of different rowing variations and how he emphasized the importance of horizontal pulling strength. They everyone focuses on vertical pulling and horizontal pushing, so bench press and chin ups or lat pull downs. But they kind of forget about the other two, which are the vertical pressing and horizontal pulling. And generally, like with most people, when they start going in and people have shoulder issues, you've got to focus on those two first before you start doing more vertical pulling and more horizontal pushing work. And so that's a good little article just to get some ideas on different horizontal pulling work. Some of the exercises are a bit like, you don't need to do that, you don't need to be in that position, but then it's got some other good ones. So that's my little recap of the sort of top 5 articles I've read this week. If you've read other cool ones that you like, please share, put them in the comments or a link or something to them. And again, like if you have any questions, you want to ping me over regarding anything to do with injury rehab, strength and conditioning, body composition, whatever, just let me know. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. That's fine, because I'll know that these videos aren't any good. And then subscribe to the channel if you like it, and see more of these videos every week. So I'm trying to do these every single Sunday. We'll try, at my best. Okay, bye.